All right, let's give a massive round of applause to Elon Musk, who way overpromised, way underdelivered, as he always does, and only had to ruin tens of thousands of lives to ultimately save a fraction of what Doge promised to save. We have just learned recently that Elon Musk's total Doge savings, number one, aren't even trustworthy. But number two, even if we took what he says at face value, it's only a fraction of what he promised. And I'd love to break it all down. But first, it's called comedy, liberals. He was joking about saving $2 trillion. He was actually going to save just a fraction of that the whole time. I want to start here before we jump into Doge, because I found this story to be incredibly interesting. Elon Musk is unfunny, annoying, and should probably take a drug test, Trump officials reportedly say. A senior official describes the billionaire as an awkward and obnoxious asshole. No. Elon Musk? Who would have thought he was awkward and obnoxious and an asshole? As a member of the public, it's been pretty unbearable to watch Elon Musk take a front and center role in the new Trump admin. A preening, awkward spectacle of greed, stupidity, and self-importance. Basically, Elon Musk asking the question, how much power can I gain with the wealth that I have? If I use my wealth to buy a social media platform and then to use that platform to spread propaganda, use that propaganda to consolidate power with Trump, and then use Trump to ruin people's lives. And I don't even think that was Elon Musk's end goal. I don't really think he cares about the veterans that he's ruining the lives of. That's not what he's thinking about. He's thinking about his own wealth, his own goals of making Tesla the official government contractor when it comes to space and all things like that. We've seen him try to nuke Verizon contracts with the government and replace them with Starlink contracts. Just blatant, brazen corruption, but Rolling Stone claims. Let's click on this article. Inside Elon Musk's gleeful destruction of the government. We don't have to read this full article, but this summarizes it. Rolling Stone claims that senior Trump officials have characterized the billionaire as incredibly unfunny, radically annoying, crazy, and potentially in need of regular mandatory drug tests. All of these things are obvious. You don't need to know Elon Musk to know that he's unfunny. You just have to follow him on Twitter. Listen to him speak to know that he's radically annoying and crazy, and just look at his eye movements to know that he's potentially in need of mandatory drug tests. Quote, some senior Trump administration officials and cabinet members have found themselves deeply annoyed by Musk. There have also been reports for a while now that Musk is incredibly aggressive in behind-the-scenes scenarios, which actually I find pretty interesting because when I listen to him speak, he sometimes doesn't seem very confident or fluent in the way that he speaks, and that's fine if he has a stutter or whatever. But the thing is, apparently behind the scenes, he's very aggressive when he's advocating for policies or advocating for his own business. I just find that dichotomy, or the juxtaposition, pretty weird, rather. The same officials told the magazine that the billionaire has irritated cabinet officials so much that they wondered whether he's on drugs. Musk has gnawed at the patience of an array of high-ranking admin officials to the point that, according to this official and two others, Trump lieutenants have walked out of meetings and earnestly asked one another if they thought Musk was high. And he very likely is, by the way. Admin officials joked to one another about subjecting Musk to mandatory drug tests, which Musk himself said would be a great idea for federal employees. He said that time and time again, that it would be a great idea for federal employees to get mandatory drug tests. It gets worse. Quote, I've been in the same room with Elon, and he always tries to be funny, and he's not funny. Like at all, the senior official told the magazine. He makes these jokes and little asides and smiles, and it looks almost hurt if you don't lap up his humor. I know people like this. I totally know people like this. I keep using the word annoying. A lot of people who have to deal with him do, but the word doesn't do the situation justice, they added. Elon just thinks he's smarter than everyone else in the room and acts like it, even when it's clear he doesn't know what he's talking about. There's one video out there of Elon Musk sitting next to Donald Trump at a UFC match. They went to a UFC match one time. You most likely have seen some clips from it. But there's one video where Elon Musk is sitting there scrolling through Twitter, as he always does, and he starts chuckling and laughing, and then he tries to show Trump a funny meme, and Trump just like he doesn't really care. And I know friends like that where it's like, please stop showing me Instagram reels. I really don't care. But going on to this, Elon Musk and Doge promised up to $2 trillion in government savings. How much have they actually saved so far? And I found this article from March 14th of 2025 because I wanted to compare it particularly to this brand new article. Musk says he expects to save $150 billion from government waste and fraud. I mean, $150 billion. I know overall, like raw, that is a lot of money. But when you take into account government spending and what Elon Musk has gone through and the trade-off, I'm going to say that $150 billion is not a lot whatsoever. Like, let me read this statistic. While Musk boasts about getting $150 billion from basic services, Trump is trying to increase the military budget by more than $150 billion just this year. So, from $841 billion last year to now a clean $1 trillion. So while Elon Musk saved $150 billion, Trump is now increasing the Pentagon budget by $160 billion. So Elon is basically just not saving anything. It's a wash. And by the way, Trump is going to continue to increase the military budget year over year over year, I can almost guarantee. And that raises the question, I mean, he's withdrawing military troops from other countries. It's not like the US military is going to go invade a sovereign territory like Panama or Greenland. Oh, wait. Oh no. No, but in all seriousness, to go back to Elon Musk's savings, I hope I'm explaining how $150 billion, well, yes, is an insane fucking amount of money, is not, in the grand scope of things, a massive amount of money when it comes at the cost of tens of thousands of veterans' jobs, tens of thousands of people who have worked for the government. When it comes at the cost of U.S. aid, dude, I will gladly pay 0.02% of my income to taxes that go to U.S. aid so America can maintain soft power and stop viruses from spreading across the globe and coming to our front door. But this article from over a month ago reads, as the head of President Trump's new Department of Government Efficiency, Tesla CEO Elon Musk has vowed to cut between $1 trillion and $2 trillion from the annual federal budget by 2026. His original promise was $2 trillion in the course of a few months. Then it was $1 trillion, maybe by 2026. Now it's $150 billion. And there's an interesting theory I read the other day that says there's a reality where Elon Musk called this department the Department of Government Efficiency because he wanted to hide his Doge pump and dumps from 2022. I don't know how many of you guys know this, but in 2022, there was a small shitcoin named Doge. And Doge basically, like, if I look it up, Dogecoin was this meme right here, right? And Elon Musk used to send out these tweets, Doge to the moon, and then it would skyrocket. And then he would send out a tweet and it would just fall. It was blatant market manipulation. It's honestly in the exact same vein of Trump's market manipulation that we saw just a few days ago. It's funny what happens when nobody can hold you accountable. But the point is, there's a reality, there's a chance that Elon Musk called it Doge because he wanted to cover up his Dogecoin pump and dumps. Like if I look up Elon Musk pumps and dumps Dogecoin, you have to look up this in particular and not just Elon Musk Doge. But here it is. Elon Musk dodged a $258 million Dogecoin lawsuit. He got sued over this because he pumped and dumped it. But the lawsuit ended up not really amounting to anything. But either way, you have to search for this in particular. But if you search up Elon Doge, you just see Musk's latest, I mean, none of these articles are even better. Musk's latest fraud finding isn't what it seems. His team found cases of seemingly fake people receiving unemployment benefits, but that fake data exists for a reason. Here's the thing. What is it called? Occam's razor, that the simplest answer is usually the best answer or the most likely to be correct answer. So what's more likely to be correct? What's simpler here? That there's a reason this fake data exists, maybe as a placeholder within the database, and these people actually know what they're doing, or that there's some nefarious scheme by the elites to trim off the top of Social Security and steal it from people. Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency announced this week that they had found something especially startling in their government-wide hunt for fraud. Tens of thousands of people claiming unemployment benefits who were over the age of 115 or under the age of 5 with birth dates in the future. I like how I searched up Elon Musk Doge on an offhanded thing and we still somehow got looped into another scandal that he's a part of. Quote, your tax dollars were going to pay fraudulent unemployment claims for fake people, claims Elon Musk. He shared this claim by a group saying that someone with the birth date 2154 claimed $41,000. These were indeed probably fake people, but in a different way than Mr. Musk seems to realize. It was also likely a case of his team discovering fraud that had already been discovered. It's kind of like when they said they saved $6 billion in this certain contract, and we found out that contract expired in like 2019, and had already been paid out. Like, bro, The issue dates to early in the pandemic when millions of Americans surged onto state unemployment rolls in an unprecedented expansion of the safety net. The emergency aid program enacted by President Trump's first term was also susceptible to fraud. Any system, any program is going to be susceptible to some level of fraud. The question is, how can you have mechanisms to minimize that fraud? There's always going to be fraud. As many as 15% of unemployment claims were fraudulent, often using stolen identities. Now, that is a high number right there. To preserve records of that fraud and protect victims of the identity theft, the U.S. Labor Department encouraged state agencies that administer unemployment benefits to create pseudo-claim records, in effect, to tie real cases of fraud in their data to make believe people. The implausibility of the records was the point. Agencies were seeking a way to keep track of fraud claims while detaching them from the identities of innocent people who might one day apply for unemployment benefit themselves. Now, 4 years later, Mr. Musk and his team appear to have found those make-believe people that were used in the past to detect fraud. And now he's claiming that it's this massive, huge scandal. What else is there when I look up Elon Musk? Elon Musk's Doge discovers millions in taxpayer dollars wasted on unemployment fraud for fake people. Okay, so this is from the New York Post. This is the story that we just debunked. And this story has probably reached more people because it's a few days old at this point. It's from April 10th, and I'm recording this video on April 12th. You know, I'll leave it at that. I just want to end this off by saying Trump and his allies have been attacking the media a lot, and I do want to point out that we are the factor they did not take into account. We are currently growing at a rapid pace. For Q1 of 2025, I grew faster than Charlie Kirk and then Turning Point USA, then Tucker Carlson. We are the factor they did not take into account while they're suing the mainstream media, so we will never bend the knee, and all that I ask from you is to make sure you subscribe, so maybe in Q2, I can be higher than Fox News on this list. Either way, I'll leave it at that. See you all in the next video, and peace out.